Big companies are always trying to be the best in the business, and one of their main strategies for staying at the top of the ladder is communicating with their customers. You might be wondering, how can they do that? I'm just one person. How can they ever try to communicate with me? The answer to that common question is public relations, or PR for short. Public relations can be formally defined as the professional maintenance of a favorable public image by a company or organization or a famous person. Or put more plainly, it's how major corporations can improve their image by interacting with their customers. Our textbook states, many diverse forces shape mass communication media. Among the most important are advertising and public relations, PR. People on a PR team have to be knowledgeable about social media, YouTube, and advertising, because, to put it lightly, they are the face of the organization. Everything that they say or post will be taken as if it's the company that's doing the talking. As I said, there are many different ways the PR team can interact with their consumers, and we'll go over them later. But first, I want to talk about the biggest one, social media. Almost everyone who owns a phone or mobile device uses at least one social media platform: Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, etc. You're probably using one of these right now as you're watching this video. With the amount of social media users ever increasing as time and technology advance, companies are starting to capitalize on that and are having their PR teams create and maintain their official Facebook or Twitter or whatever you use account. There, they can get feedback from consumers with posts and surveys, release official announcements, and much more. Here's a screenshot of an official Twitter post from a huge corporation. Notice how professional it looks. The tone of voice that's being portrayed. This is the voice of the company as a whole. As I said earlier, there are many other ways that PR teams can communicate with their audience. Well, among another one is advertising. How many ads have you seen in your lifetime, whether on the internet, TV, radio, or anywhere?
My doctor says
I'm guessing a lot. That is another way companies can get their message to the people about their products and services. Ads, if done right, are tremendous in promoting products and will bring in exponential sales and revenue to the company, expanding their audience. Advertisements, whether in print, on broadcast radio, and television, provide much of the basic financial revenue that pays for the creation and delivery of media content. Press conferences and events are also ways that companies can communicate with the consumers and improve their image. At press conferences, heads and representatives from a company answer questions raised by the press and the audience. And when they answer, it's not their personal opinion or response. It's basically the company as a whole giving their opinion. They have to be respectful and polite, because they are the face of the company, and how they act will represent the company as a whole. Obviously, there is good PR, which will reward companies that do it correctly with an improved image and increased revenue. However, if done incorrectly, which is really common nowadays, the consequences can be catastrophic and can yield the complete opposite effects. There have been many examples of bad PR and advertising, which have cost companies a lot of money, gave them a completely negative reputation, or, in even some extreme cases, even got them into legal trouble. One of the biggest examples that occurred over the last couple of years was the United Airlines debacle. If you haven't heard of it, which would be really weird since it was everywhere on the internet, basically what happened was that United Airlines forcibly removed David Dow, a Chinese doctor who was on a flight home, off the plane because the plane was overbooked at the time. There's a link in the description below to a web article that explains the full situation. Now that's already bad enough, but then the CEO of United made a public statement in which they blamed the victim instead of themselves. Long story short, because of their bumbled response, plus the fact that their abuse had been affected by smartphones and shared literally everywhere on the internet, their stock took horrific losses, almost $4 million lost in a single day. And they're still trying to recover not only their money, but the trust of their consumers as well. Now, after everything that I spoke about, you're probably asking yourself, why should I care about this? How does this affect me? Well, I have a simple answer to that question, and that answer is, you should care. Companies do vast amounts of research and pour exponential sums of money to provide you with the goods and services that you love to use. And PR is their main way to communicate directly with you and improve their products. Without it, many of the things you use for granted every day would cease to be. Video games, books, movies, restaurants, etc. And I do not want to live in a world without those, because I use those almost every day. Well, that's all the time I have for this video. This is Nicholas Beckwith, signing off.